vaccine is really positive. I think all the research they've done on it and all the different ones that have come out, especially the one that's most recent, the success rate is really high. There haven't been any side effects, and we desperately need it. Our number of deaths is really high, especially in the Asian community, Southeast Asian, and it's definitely something that's needed. So I hope it's rolled out really, really soon and done more efficiently than the track and trace anyway. I hope they're more efficient with it. And yeah, I'd be definitely willing to take it. I've got no qualms about taking it. I think it needs to be done, and even if there are side effects, I think it outweighs any kind of possibility of getting it. And in our family, we've had a death, a close cousin's died. I've had a brother-in-law who's had a very near miss, and lots of family members who have suffered from it. So I think our family would be very foolish not to take the opportunity to have it. And I think the fact that there are so many different ones gives us more choice. And hopefully the latest one that has come out from Oxford seems very positive.
My impression of the COVID-19 vaccine is that it's a good idea as long as the most vulnerable people get it first, so that they have a lesser chance of being affected. Me personally, I would hold back from getting the vaccine myself until more testing has been done, and allow people that are more vulnerable than myself to take that before me.
Whether or not I would take it or not, I don't think I probably would. And that's not because I don't think the vaccine works or anything else. I think the precautions I take are enough, and I abide by sort of social distancing. Precautions I take at work are all fine, and I'm quite happy with. I think that keeps me safe enough. I've had this year's flu vaccination, which I do every year, but for the COVID one, I just feel like it's not for me.
I think it's really good that we've got a COVID vaccine, and I would say if the medical advice is that it's the right thing to do and it's safe to take, and the government then rolled it out, I would take it, yes. If they offered it to me, because obviously my age group would be right at the end of getting the vaccine.
What I think about the virus, I think the vaccine probably obviously it's going to really help a lot of people, and I think I would be down to take it, but I know that a lot of other people probably would be, but I think overall it's probably going to help us out in the long run, and for people especially my age, I feel like it's going to help them a lot, because we're going to be able to actually get out and do stuff, and not like in lockdowns, it's just nothing to really do for our age, so to be able to take the vaccine is just good because we actually can get out.
What I think about the COVID vaccination is I don't actually think I'm sort of educated on the matter enough to give an opinion. However, with there being such a high percentage of survival rate, recovery rate, I don't know if it's really necessary for most people, although I can't see why vulnerable people would sort of want the vaccination, because obviously it protects themselves, and I suppose you do need to think of the greater good at the end of the day. But sort of with the vaccine being rolled out as well, if it was come to taking it, I don't know, I think it depends on how it was rolled out. If it was sort of forced upon everyone and you were sort of made to take it, I would be a bit wary on it. But if it was just sort of a situation where the government said sort of, we need this vaccine, we need volunteers to take the vaccine, I think I might be open to taking it. But obviously, like I said, I don't know that much about it, so I don't want to give too much of a strong opinion.
I think the COVID-19 vaccine is very necessary and vital. It should be considered for all people because it's helping people to survive and get out of the virus, and also out of the danger of death. So I think it's very necessary, as the scientists have put a lot of effort to create this vaccine, and the vaccine and this virus is epidemic and also spreaded in all over the world. So I think personally it has to be vital, and it gets recognized important for all people around the world.
Would I think about taking the vaccine? Yes, I would. I think it's been trialled and a lot of money's been thrown at it, and the government have got a lot to lose if they don't get it correct. Would I be a bit nervous about it? Yes, probably would. But I think that what it would give me, as in being able to move around again, would outweigh the worry that I have about it.
I think it's very important for people to do their own research on the vaccine and not just listen to what the media is saying. I personally don't think that I will need it because I do other precautions and of self-isolating and wearing masks and staying in. It's not something that I will be taking at all. But I do understand how there will be people out there that think that this is the answer for this pandemic that has ripped her away from our families and friends and normal life. So I do think that there will be a lot of people that will take it just so they can get back to some kind of normality.
Like, I'm not worried about my health with this thing. I think if I did have it or get it or whatever, I'll be alright. But the idea of passing it on to someone in a vulnerable state, like older or whatever, is terrifying. So at this point, I think I would kind of have blind trust in whoever made this vaccine and would go for it. I think so.
So now the vaccine come out, it's a good news, and I'm happy to do it because I protect my family, protect my community, I protect my work colleagues, and as soon as the government let us know it, I'm willing to do it, and I'm very happy for this news. And if anybody else asks us, I'm happy to give a suggestion. This is the best thing that ever happened.
Regards to the COVID vaccine, if it gets the world back to normal, or as normal as it can be, then I think it's a great idea. Who wants to be stuck in the house? We've been in tier 3 here for months and months, and you know, there's a lot of, not me, but a lot of my friends are suffering from mental health issues, and it's not going to get any better. And you've got the issues around the economy and individuals being out of work. If it came to the point of, you know, once they were through the trials and it was deemed to be suitable, yes, I would take it. I would take it. I've had pneumonia in the past. I've got health issues with asthma. So the last thing I'd want to do would be to come down with the actual virus, because you can't actually predict how your body's going to react to it. You don't know whether you're going to have long virus or whether, you know, or whether long COVID, or whether it's just going to be a short-term recovery. Actually, if it came to the negative aspects around it, I don't know whether there are any, because they're quite reputable companies. We might actually start to think that, you know, it's been developed quite quickly. But if you think about the amount of vaccines that we've had in the past, the industry's built up its knowledge quite a bit from the vaccines that it's developed. So it knows its processes and its methods, and it should be pretty robust, to be honest. So I don't really have any negative thoughts around it, and I think even if I did, I would probably dismiss them with the goal of just actually going ahead with the vaccine.